Welcome to the Reality After Show, where we are talking about Jax Taylor's new show. We're actually talking Survivor season 46.
Can we talk about the Valley instead?
Yeah, I mean, we got King George once again. Thank you, George. This is so awesome having you on the podcast. I love it because having you on here is just way more entertaining than I feel like the last 90 minutes that the five of us just all watched.
Okay. We're also joined by Alex Trias, Survivor expert, Dan Montchal, the official Survivor expert, and Jonny Fairplay, also a Survivor expert. I have the shirt to prove it. You too can be a Survivor expert. Go to fairplayshirts.com.
Can someone teach me how to jump?
I will teach you how to jump.
Van Halen can.
Hey, George. So we're doing Survivor viewing parties across the U.S. Okay, and I didn't know this was going to be a thing, but I feel that we can promise for anyone that goes VIP, we will teach them how to jump.
Oh, I'm so in. Is this a thing? Is this an American cultural thing?
Nope, but it is now. I'm literally I'm watching I'm like 75-inch TV. I can get another one tomorrow from Amazon. If I punch it, will it be back here in time for WrestleMania? And I'm like, oh, WrestleMania is April 6th. I could punch my TV. George, congratulations. Tonight proved that season 39 is a good season.
Apparently. You haven't seen 39, but it can't be worse than this.
If you're on the bubble, 39 is now back in the lexicon of Survivor. We've had it banned. It did not exist. I apologize to Janet and Busty Can of Biscuits and Lauren Ashley Beck. It is back on. Season 46 may become the new season 39 by the end of this. But hey, guess what? Are we having fun laughing at this season?
Oh, yes.
I laughed. I mean, I cried for the wrong reasons. I laughed. All right, for all of you that are not watching Australian Survivor, we have Survivor royalty here.
Can I just say, fair play? It's just really unfair. Imagine going from Titans v Rebels to this.
We literally watched, and no spoilers for those of you that haven't watched it.
So
Matt hasn't watched yet. Okay, so for those of you, we literally, not only myself, but Lex Vandenberg, who I greatly consider his opinion and a Survivor legend. What's her name from Survivor South Africa? Marion.
Mm-hmm.
Marion, also one of the greatest seasons of. It says that Titans v Rebels, one of the greatest seasons of all time. I am hard pressed to say, and no disparaging remarks to you, King George, because I love you and I loved your seasons. I think Titans v Rebels might be the greatest season I've ever seen from start to finish.
Is that a question or is that just a statement?
It's a statement that elicits a response.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was very good. The pacing was incredible. The storytelling was incredible. The cast was incredible. When you combine all those three elements, you get a highly enjoyable Survivor season for the audience.
Yeah. I mean, like there was no dud episode. I mean, like for those of you that have watched Australian seasons in the past, and there's always the two non-eliminations, those two weren't bothersome.
Can I be? Oh, look, I'll be very kind in my remarks. But
sure.
This is the worst Survivor episode I've seen in my life. That was like, you're gonna have the kind of like Survivor Intelligentsia, try and sugar it up as much as you can, but that was just fucking dog shit. Like, seriously.
It was the worst. It was the worst.
Like, I wanted to stab a needle in my eye at least 6 times. Not because it was like, oh, this is so bad, it's good. It's like, oh no, my dog walked away. What am I going to do now?
All right, Dan Montchal, Survivor expert.
Yes.
Worst episode of all time?
I don't know. It very well could be. I don't want to say it's the worst, but last week was rough. And I was like, it can only go up from here.
Yeah,
I was wrong. I apologize for that statement. I would like to retract that. It was bad. It was bad.
I don't know.
Like,
I think
know.
last week's was worse.
Okay.
But we had the whole jumping segment. Like that was a whole dedicated segment. Then we had it was a mess.
Can I be honest? I've lived through a fear of heights myself, and then didn't want to jump off a 20-meter platform where I had to go 3 meters out into
but you had to jump out.
Yeah,
So you
out
just had to walk.
into a shallow dam where everyone was at the end of the stage anyway. So I'm just like, oh, well, what's the fucking point, But you just get off, jump onto a 3-meter
Just walk.
platform.
It's not jump. It's just walk.
And then I'm just like, what were we building up to?
I know. I was like,
moment.
I was praying
Like,
that it was a grab something.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
And
not a
then,
grab
they,
something.
and then they go to travel because she can't jump an inch off the ground.
Yeah, like
But she tried.
Smash a club.
Oh, that's what matters.
Like that season 4, Monica, or whatever, season 3, whoever she was, that boring person from Australian Survivor that face planted like 40 meters off the platform into the ocean.
Much higher
5
platform.
times in a row. But like, I'm just like, oh, something good's going to happen here. And I'm like, this is the hero moment. They taught me how to jump.
That whole Sega tribe, they're turning into a positive. Be like, well, this is Sega. We do everything together as a group. It's just like that isn't good TV. There's nothing about that that's good.
Okay. Potentially, is this so bad it's good? We will look back like years from now going, this is like the wrestle crap moment of Survivor. It's just like, remember that episode where it was the worst episode ever? It was fucking great.
So my thing is, it like if we're gonna compare it to Australian Survivor, we can end the podcast now. Like you can't compare.
No,
don't
do that.
But
no, you're just
and I won't.
Yeah.
But for this, it's like I'm gonna say this episode, hopefully, gonna be optimist here, is the necessary evil that we had to be force fed through for 3 hours worth of television between this week and last week, so that we can move
And 2
the
weeks
fuck
earlier.
on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, how do you fix a problem? Like when you're
Change your
when
casting
you're
director.
I don't know. When
shots
you're
fired.
when you're out there on set and you're like, right, there's one character, it's Banu, and even then it has its limitations in terms of interest. And we've got the happy clappers tribe, and then we've got the singing camping tribe, and then the tribe where characters 1, 2, and 3 in terms of quality are on. And then even then, they're not like classic characters. So it's like, how do you fix this? Drop your buffs. Just do it, because it can't get worse than what's about to happen.
Yeah. Drop your
Truly.
balls. All right. Well, you know what you need to drop. You need to drop a little URL into your search engine right now, because King George and I are on tour. That's right. Holy moly, where all are we gonna be? Well, next week. Woo! This is a big one. This might be the biggest one of all time, George. I don't know. Who's to say? But
It'll
next
be good.
week
We are going to bring the fun.
we are in Los Angeles, California. We're going to be at Jax's Bar. So it's hosted by myself, Jonny Fairplay, King George, Australian Survivor royalty, King George, Jax Taylor from Vanderpump Rules and The Valley, #1 show on cable this week. The Valley premiere last night, killed it. #1 show in ratings, bar none. We're not alone. We're joined by Jack Atkins from The Circle. We're joined by James Wellington. Could be Wellington. It's one of those. I think it's Wellington.
Just go with it.
He's from The Amazing Race and Challenge USA. Also, Jag from Big Brother. Then from Survivor US, Big Wendy just added to the cast. Abby Maria, Sugar, and from Australian Survivor, Rebel Kel, that's right. Hurricane Kelly and Sam Webb just added. This is insanity.
So who dropped? What did someone drop out it there? The flyer looks different.
Lauren is doing her first ever Hulu adventure.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. May have just fucked up. But she is going somewhere else.
Okay. Well, Big Wendy is awesome, Johnny. You and I met Big Wendy.
We love Big Wendy.
Hearts. She is great. I love all of her Rubik's Cube content.
Hopefully, she brings a Rubik's Cube with her. But here's the cool thing about this event. There's so many. There's 4 different ways to experience this. Okay, so Jax's bar in Studio City. There's the inside, which is amazing. And then there's the outside patio. Mm-hmm. Well, Watertown Whiskey, owned by Mikey B of Survivor Fans vs. Favorites. He loves Survivor. He loves these viewing parties. He loves Jax's bar. And he loves Watertown Whiskey. He's just like, how about this? I want to buy the entire outside patio for Watertown Whiskey.
That's awesome.
So as a result, if you go to the post that says Watertown Whiskey, has the logo on my Instagram at Jonny Fairplay. Go there, like the post, share it, tag 2 people, then go to survivortix.com. There's a thing that says free patio tickets. You can go for free right now. That's one opportunity. Outside patio, go for free. It's amazing. There's TVs out there. It's incredible. Another opportunity, go general admission inside. It's incredible. You'll have a good time. You'll be there. We're doing trivia throughout the night. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Also, go VIP inside. You get there early, and you get autographed pictures from me and King George. You get to do the meet and greet. It's incredible. It's a ton of fun. Also, one more experience, the greatest experience of all. Go to events at Jax's Bar. That's events, EVENTS, at Jax's Bar, JAXSBAR.com. Say you want a VIP table. I think it's like $200, $250, 6 people at your table, VIP experience, free bucket of Coors Light. Coors Light sponsoring the inside VIP.
There you go.
4 different viewing opportunities for Los Angeles.
And here's the deal. In my opinion, even if tonight's episode happened in Los Angeles,
it would have
everyone there would have laughed our asses off.
You would have been the best roasting ever.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. If you don't think King George live talking shit about this would have been great, you're insane.
Yes.
I lived through it via text message.
And imagine if you're a fan of these shows and you got to get a photo, like you're like a fan of reality TV, and you have Jonny Fairplay and King George and Jax and Abby Maria all in one photo. It's worth it just for that to post on your Instagram.
And there's surprise people. They're on the cast.
I'm sure.
You can pay to see me tell them off in person.
Yes. Me and King George will teach.
If your show dies in America, it dies in Australia. So please.
Yes. So
never go back.
King George will, if you're on the new cast, except for one person, he will punch you in the face. And if you're a fan that would like to learn how to jump, me and King George will show you how to jump. It will literally take seconds, because that's all it should really take anyone to learn how to jump over the age of 20. Okay, so with that, hold on, but wait, there's more. If you guys don't mind, I'm just doing a little show and tell. The next week we are in Durham, North Carolina. Holy moly, April 3rd. That's right, 2 weeks away. It's me, King George. We're not alone. We got Zane Knight. Yes, he's going to be there. We have Jesse Lopez. He will be there. His kid just broke her leg. So playing on trampoline right before Monday Night Raw. Did not go to Monday Night Raw because of that. Jesse, I hate you forever. And Nina, Survivor royalty. She's the princess of Australian Survivor. Nina Twine will be there as well. Come join us. I think Jane Bright might be there, and a couple others. So that's Durham, North Carolina in 2 weeks. And survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com for that. That's at Durham at Clouds Brewing. But wait, there's more. We are over halfway sold out, George.
Yay.
This is crazy. I knew it was going to be a thing, and it is a thing. Whoo! We're in Chicago, and this is like one of the craziest things I've ever conceived in my mind. And I'm always trying to reinvent the wheel. We're at a penthouse party room in Chicago, the Broadway district. This is one of the most unbelievable locations ever. We're limited to 30 fans because that's all we can have. We have a security guard there. There's free beer, free wine, free food. I think we're doing like Chicago deep dish pizzas, right? That's what everybody likes in Chicago. One of a kind Jonny Fairplay King George Chicago t-shirt. You will never see this design ever again. You get all of that, $100 and the VIP experience. It's limited to 30 fans. Think about it. You leave your house, you're getting a VIP ticket for any of these others. One beer, you're over $100.
Right.
$100 includes beer, wine, food, t-shirt, and the VIP experience. And watching with not only myself, King George, Jessica Milagros from Big Brother, Xander, holy moly, have you seen him from Survivor? Austin, have you seen him from Survivor? Sarah Wilson, have you seen her? They're all amazing. They're all four of, well, you know what? Collectively, the six of us, maybe the six hottest reality people all together in one location ever. I don't know. Who's to say? Go to survivortix.com. We are over halfway sold out. So if you want to go, I would get your tickets now. If not, if you're outside, you don't have a ticket, we're not letting you in. That's gross. So don't show up if you don't have a ticket. Ugh, so disgusting. Okay. Also, couple really quick, because this is so fun. We're going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's right. Just announced Wednesday, May 15th. It's free. Come to Myrtle Beach. I'm not alone. And no spoilers, George. Me and King George, we're joined by Kirby from Survivor Australia, Titans v Rebels. One of the greatest players in the history of Survivor ever.
I feel so guilty because I told Kirby to watch this season.
You're so mean.
It's her first ever American season.
Oh, she's going to hate you. So, well, watch Kirby kick George's ass for making her watch US Survivor. We'll be at Crab Catchers for that ass kicking, and that's Wednesday, May 15th. It's free. And 7 o'clock, everybody gets an autograph poster, and you get to meet King George, myself, Kirby, and more. There's more survivors coming to that as well. And since we're doing these, let me just share this real quick. This is everything. Boom. Here's the schedule, folks. Survivor 46 viewing parties, King George, Jonny Fairplay next week. Los Angeles, California, Jax's Bar, SurvivorTix.com. They're all SurvivorTix.com, in case you're wondering. The following week, Durham, North Carolina, April 3rd at Clouds Brewing. Chicago, VIP, Broadway District. Go there, $100 tickets. It includes everything. You'll love your life. Also just added Northern Brewery in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's me, Matt Bischoff. That's right. Matt's here. He's excited. Wayne Memmett's going to be there. Matthew Sash Lenahan's going to be there. Marcus Lehman's going to be there. It's going to be crazy. Cincinnati, Ohio, you guys always represent. We're going to be at Northern Brewery. They're doing special drinks. They're doing an old-fashioned Fairplay and a King George vodka. Get ready. There's a bearded IPA or something. Get ready. We're all covered. The following week, we're in Charlottesville, Virginia, 3 Notch Brewery. That's April 24th. Once again, SurvivorTix.com. Protagonist Brewing, Charlotte, North Carolina, on May 1st. Dan Montchal will be there. Guess what? So will someone else. She's on this season. Go to SurvivorTix.com. That's SurvivorTix.com. Charlotte, we're going to be there. And then, as I said before, Kirby, King George, Jonny Fairplay, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's free, but you still need to go online to SurvivorTix.com to secure your ticket. Even though it's free, you have to go there. You have to go there to get your free ticket for Los Angeles. You got to get your free ticket for Myrtle Beach. Also for Los Angeles, you have your options. You can get VIP. You can get Inside General. You can get your VIP table. All these things go to SurvivorTix.com for all the info. We love all of you. But now we're talking episode 4 of Survivor Season 46 US Survivor.
I just want to say something, and this is coming from someone who's, on Survivor Caramoan. I was honest some of the time. However, I'm also there to play a game. I'm also an emotional guy in real life. I'm sensitive. I think that's one reason why they casted me, because I was this gnarly, tattooed, bearded guy with a big heart. And I like, when I watch Australian Survivor or like the family visit on American Survivor, when there's some emotional shit. But I am sick and tired of sob stories every second of every season. I'm over it. But yeah, Banu, he's a cool guy. I'm tired of it. Yes,
I now don't like Banu. I don't want to meet Banu.
I just am tired of it. I want to see people cutthroat as hell play the game of Survivor, which is the greatest game ever created, as King George, I'm sure, would agree. I'm just fucking tired of it. This 90 minutes of watching this was like torture, and I'm just like, God, what are we gonna do? What is the solution? Because it's not the people that play the game's fault. It's like they're cast to play.
No,
this
it is their fault. No. That's untrue. Because we're gonna get to it. We're like, when they win the fish, and Tevin goes, "Oh, I have to go scale the fish by myself because my father taught me that." Yeah. Okay, I didn't need the 5-minute soliloquy of Tevin telling the story about how his father taught him to scale a fish. How about you interact with another fucking human being and tell them that fucking story and enjoy the experience with someone else, because that's how you build a bond on Survivor. I don't need your fucking story for you for TV.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them, Fairplay.
And I hate it. I literally fucking hate it. I've never imagined. I like Tevin going into this moment. I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I get it. You guess what? I had a dad too. He died too. My dad took me fishing. He taught me how to scale a fish. I'm out there on the island. Someone's like, hey, guess what? My dad taught me how to scale a fish. Watch this. Let me tell you the story about how me and my dad went fishing. Let me tell you, let me bond with you as a fucking human being, not take a fucking moment of television.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying, Johnny, is like, let's say you and I are out there, you're scaling a fish, and you say, hey, Matt.
No, Matt, you're not allowed to come over here because I need to have this TV fucking moment. Fuck that.
It's ridiculous.
I was bothered. I was literally bothered. I got it. You're sensitive. You had so did I. But given the same opportunity under the same conditions, I'm playing a fucking game called Survivor that's built on social interactions and social bonds. And those moments right there is what carries you to the end with someone that you fucking love and a bond that you'll fucking cherish for the rest of your life, not to fucking make a TV moment.
Do you know what? I agree with you, Fairplay. And what I'm going to say directly leads into that. And this is why I blame the cast as well, Matt, because look at the interaction that Q had with Banu. Oh, I'm going to pretend to be Jeff. I'm going to ask you a question. And Banu says something. In my mind, I'm like, yes, that's what you say, but you make it more interesting and more direct and more pointed. No, just say something wishy-washy. It's like, this is why, like, the American Survivor fan community are like, oh, the tribal council is the least interesting bit. It's meant to be the most interesting bit because you can apply levers of pressure and do whatever you want to try and influence a vote, not to give the host, who's also the EP, the most generic, boring, nothing answer ever.
I hear you, dude. There's something wrong with what's going on, and
it bothered me so much. I mean, like as I said, that moment right there was supposed to be Tevin's moment, and I've never been more separated from a Survivor ever. As I said, I lost my father. My father took me fishing. My father taught me how to scale a fish. Like the whole purpose of this game, this quote unquote social experiment, is the interaction of different people. And they see this moment, they're just like, oh, we need you, Tevin, by yourself to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, no. I need Tevin with Venus in an uncomfortable moment going, Venus, have you ever scaled no. Well, my father passed away and he taught me this. And here's like, or even someone I don't care. Like, those are the moments that we look back 20 years in our past. Is like, those are the moments, like, imagine Big Tom and Clarence scaling a fish together. Like that would be that moment. Not Big Tom talking about by himself. Like, well, Pappy taught me how to scale a fish. Okay, well, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Big Tom and Pappy.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
That's not the story.
No.
You can tell the story. I don't like. You don't need like. Why is the whole story these fucking like? I thought it was so cool on Survivor Australia when 4 episodes in we would get a flashback of their origin story, but like it's just a little something. It's just like here's something we don't know, but just like their occupation, not here's something shitty that happened. Something shitty happened to all of us. If it didn't, then you fucking crested at age 17 and your fucking entire life is your high school Letterman jacket. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, totally. Going back to Australian Survivor, like you said, like when I would see Sharn or something like talking about her being working in the court system, all that stuff.
She's a what's it called?
She's a director of prosecution in New South Wales now, but
what's the word?
Barrister. Yeah.
She's a barista at Starbucks.
But that
barista,
stuff,
right?
I get you. Like that stuff is fine.
How do you pronounce it? It's barista, right?
It's barrister.
She's a barrister at Starbucks. Sorry, I apologize. Sorry, George.
I feel like Survivor this season, especially, there's no big time characters. Like I'm sitting there talking to Tessa, and she's like, "These characters are boring." There is like no, like at least Carolyn on her season and Carson were like fun characters. There's nobody that's like that I'm liking.
And we've just brought more entertainment than 90 minutes of that episode. But
yes.
Oh Jesus. Okay. All right. So let's start. Bring us in, Matt. We start.
All right. So Random gone, which was
Random is gone. Yes.
Which I wish that he would have been able to leave for the MRI and back in the game.
I guess Random said in his confessionals that Soto was going to go on his tribe.
Yeah, so a lot of the background stuff was the moves were set in place. So I think a lot of what we saw tonight of Tevin like moving around happened the last few days, like during the round that Random went. So 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We also know he tried
not
to
showing
pass
anything
off,
in order this season.
Yeah, he tried to pass off the Beware advantage to Venus, but production said he wasn't allowed to. But we also know that he wouldn't actually have been able to re-enter the game. Like he ended up doing like weeks of rehab and therapy in order to like gain feeling back in his hand. So he was still just been like half a person playing the game. Which honestly still would have been better than Banu. So
George, how's your therapy
probably
going?
Still jump.
I can jump and do therapy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of felt like, given the episode that transpired, it was kind of like just such a. I feel bad because it was a waste, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, okay, he didn't have the game-ending injury. He could have done the MRI, and then no matter what would have happened, it's just like it would have been a better outcome, you know. Then
well, you came back in Heroes Villains with. Was it separated shoulder?
No, I had a torn shoulder, which I didn't know for like weeks after the game. But just
torn
like
shoulder,
significant swelling, like everything, you know.
Yeah, and then Jerry had Jerry had everything broken.
He had everything. No, but he had a fracture in his toe. It's just like, yeah. So I don't know.
You sign up for this?
Kind of, yeah. But it's just like I look at like, oh, we don't even need to go to a vote. Like, what was I thinking at that tribal council? I'm like, oh, they're getting all emotional, and then the only thing that can possibly happen is Tiffany plays her idol and votes off Kenzie, and then we're not even afforded that opportunity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, and if you're well,
no, like, I'm pretty sure we didn't see Jeff said. Do you guys
ready to vote? You think they had a vote?
Yeah. No. I think Jeff said are we okay not to vote? Can I get a show of hands just to confirm this? And I think they just because like it would have ruined the moment of just giving Banu that moment. So
No, but here's this is the one I had the issue of. It was that there was no vote. If you're a fan of the show and you're talking about I'm a super fan of the show, I'm a fan of the show, I'm going out with you putting parchment or pen to parchment, put my name down, I get my torch snuffed.
Yeah, my friend Raymond wants you to put pen to parchment.
Yeah.
Your son?
Oh.
My son Raymond.
Like,
sorry.
That's the thing.
My son / friend.
That's the issue I have. Because like, don't claim you're this big fan. You're just like, well, now that I'm going out, I'm going to use this tribal as a platform to talk about my life, which we just heard for the last 2 episodes, and then not even go to a vote. Like, I get it. We all know it's the vote. You still do the vote.
How old is he?
Well, Kenzie said he was like 15 years older than her. So he has to be in his like mid 40s.
I was about to say she's like 40, right? Okay.
I think Kenzie's like late 20s, early 30s.
I think she is. I was kidding. Kenzie, I'm kidding. I was making a joke. I was making a joke at Banu's expense, not yours. But in spite of how it sounded.
If you're the 3 people though, like if you're Q, Kenzie, and Tiffany, or specifically Q and Tiffany,
if I'm anyone this season, I'm asking for a refund.
Well, it's also just like 5 minutes into this episode, you have him reveal all the stuff that he said at the journey, and then. You have to be like, if you're cute, you're like, I was just about to vote out someone that I just saw as a threat to keep someone who literally does not know what planet he's on. Like, it's not even like, oh, this is a Philip that I can track. Philip at least had some sense of like understanding of what was happening.
Philip didn't curse God at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think God really cares about a game show.
That part's true.
Don't
tell
Coach that.
Don't
tell Coach that.
George, where does Macedonian Jesus weigh in on this?
Hoping for a miracle starting from next week.
Not involving Banu.
Yeah. It's like I've no idea. It's like it's actually hard to talk about this episode. What do we talk about?
Well, we're going through. So
I know, but it's just like what like how can you like?
There's nothing interesting about the episode.
Oh, no, there's a couple key points. I mean, get to the reveal.
Barney was the main character of the season. He was the only person that delivered some kind of entertainment because, as frustrating as what he did was, at least something was happening.
Venus is entertaining.
Well, Venus
we didn't even get her this episode.
Yeah,
I know, but she's entertaining.
No, I mean, well, I will say, back on the orange, it's like day 8, and Soda is singing again. Tevin is dancing, and production actually like writes like a little musical beat to go to.
Oh, they did.
They're singing. I'm just tired.
Okay, keep going.
It's like, Hunter is just as annoyed as I am. There's like a quick clip of Hunter like looking down like, oh god, this is annoying.
But isn't Hunter like I like Hunter for the I like him as a competitor.
I do too.
I'm not rooting for him to win because he's like every like athletic white guy archetype that we saw in like the first 20 seasons of Survivor. Like I'm glad he's there.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like ooh.
Yeah. He's not like
I just would have been more excited.
I was gonna say he's shitty Colby Donaldson.
Yeah, I know. I was just waiting for him to say, "Could you two please just shut the fuck up?" And we would have had an interesting TV moment. You know?
Yeah, but he's not going to say that because it's Survivor season 46, and we're supposed to hold
honestly
each other's hands.
The only one who would have possibly said that was Venus.
I wish she had,
and I wish she had,
and she might have, but apparently we can't show that even if she had. So no, yeah. Hunter is a throwback to classic Survivor, but I saw that. As I said, I want Hunter to be a component of this version of Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I want Banu to be a component of this version of Survivor. Cool. But I want other competent players that are not holding fucking hands, and I want at this point, I want the realization that Banu is a first or second boot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, so here's one thing that's like they were.
But I
need
need the other players to bring to carry their part of the like
Yes.
like I want good casting. I literally watch one of the most diverse, amazing, competitive, cutthroat cast I've ever seen in my entire life on Australian Survivor Titans v Rebels. Ever. From start to finish, no one stopped playing.
I haven't
and it's
seen
just
it.
looking at that everyone wants, super fans. They want fans of the show to come in. We don't need all the super fans.
I don't want to see. Go to Bob Crowley. Bob Crowley does a 5-day adventure. He might even have a 3-day version for half of these fucks. So go to Bob Crowley's. I don't need you on my TV.
Issue. It's the concept of we shortened the timeline for the game to 26 days.
Don't shorten the timeline.
Well, I know. I'm just giving all the reasons of how we got you.
I know.
You cut out
give me
food.
Excuses.
No,
all I've heard since the new era began is excuses. Why isn't it good? Because I have 12 excuses why it's not good.
Yeah.
26
days,
too
many advantages.
That I have. You know how many excuses I have for Titans v Rebels not being the best season ever? I don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking excuses. It's 2024. We love fucking excuses. I don't need it on fucking Survivor. Don't give me fucking excuses. Just give me fucking players that are. Put me back out there. I fucking busted my fucking jaw last time. I wouldn't go again. Next time, bust my fucking jaw. I will put in my contract, do not hand me $1 fucking unless I make it to the end of the game. Win, lose, draw, just put me fucking out there. I'm fucking done. I will show you that I fucking love this fucking game. I love Survivor. I'm willing to fucking kill myself for it. Not literally, but I will put my body on the line.
Yeah.
King George will put his body on the line. Matt Bischoff will put his body on the line. Lex
100%.
Vandenberg will put his body on the line.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
100 fucking percent.
I don't need Kumbaya holding hands to sing this fucking song. If someone starts singing a song and I'm on your tribe, I'm just like, wow, you two volunteer to go home? Wonderful. Let's sing them out song. Is that what you were singing? What's the words?
I think
you're going home next. You're going home. Who's going home first?
The essence of what you're getting to, Fairplay, is there's just no variety. There's no variety.
It's not.
And it's just like
the most diverse cast of all time. There's no variety.
But I look at like Tevin and Soda. Neither of that game style I ever find particularly interesting. Just generic, walk up to people, be fake nice to them. There's nothing complex or interesting about that. It's highly simplistic. It's highly transparent, and it's not interesting. But then it's just like when I think of that tribe, I remember Venus is on it. I don't remember the other two people on it. We're 4 episodes in, and I'm someone that's looking at this show knowing I'm touring another country for it as a past player, and I look at it with a critical eye. 4 episodes in, half the cast, I have no idea who they are.
That's horrible.
It's not about handing out confessionals like you're handing out cookies in the playground. Everybody gets a participation sticker. It's just like everyone feels the same, everyone speaks the same, everyone thinks the same. Banu was a standout because he was completely different, and now he's gone.
So and we're breaking down and dissecting episodes. That's what we do via the courtesy of the podcast. However, this is what the people at Paramount Plus, this is the people at Viacom, this is what Jeff Probst needs to do. If you're looking at there and you're not realizing that these are cookie cutter cutout game bot fucking super fans. Yes, you achieved one part of the mission, the diversity, and I applaud you on that to the nth degree. I cannot be more proud. However, you got a diversified version of the same person. They all voted the exact same last election. They all have for the most part, pretend fucking jobs. I'm not being mean, but over half the cast have pretend fucking jobs. The other half have fucking normal jobs, but they're just super like. I want a farmer. I want a truck driver. I want a graffiti artist. I want a rapper. I want a politician. That's the diversification I want. And I guarantee if you look outside of your super fan game bot structure, looking for diversity in life, you're going to find the cast that gives you the diversity in the show that you're looking for just by occupation, geography, and philosophy and political affiliation.
Yeah, look, I'll add to it without being as kind of like doom and gloom, but that chat with Q is exactly what's wrong. It's what's wrong in a nutshell. And then, do you know what the antidote to that is? It's Kirby Bentley, who'll be at Myrtle Beach with Fairplay and I, because she got cast and she'd never watched an episode of Survivor, and what she brought to the game was her life experience and how she dealt with people in terms of she was a coach of a professional women's sporting team. She was a professional sports person herself, and she brings her lived experience as a Aboriginal woman from Western Australia. And what did it make? A, excellent TV. B, the continued evolution of gameplay in the game of Survivor. When you have the 3D printed Survivor player, you don't get that. And then I think that's where we're at episode 4 in Survivor 46.
I'm sorry, George. How did her sexuality work into the game of Titans v Rebels?
About the same as mine. Why is it interesting?
It's not.
It never got brought up once because it's not a character note.
It's not, exactly, and that's why I sorry, folks. We can be people based on who we, without being based on who we fuck. I mean, George was brought in as a political operative. That's what made you amazing.
Yeah.
So Kirby was brought in as an Aboriginal sports coach. And that's what made her amazing.
But look at the gameplay that it brought, because she doesn't think like the Survivor game bot on Twitter and Reddit. And she'll do things that are unexpected and thought-provoking, and it makes interesting television and it generates debate. The only thing we have to debate this episode are Banu's brain explosions, which were the most interesting bit of the episode. And it's like, what else happened? People clapped hands singing songs. I heard the word Taylor Swift, and I hear it one more fucking time. I'm just going to delete my VPN because it's not worth the $30 a month I'm paying for it.
Yeah, that was as hell. Like the only other thing was the for the Green Tribe, Sega Tribe, Gem like toying with her tribe by
she's now the star.
She's like she's a soul light there. Like she was a winner pick for me in the pre-season assessment, because like I thought that tribe was going to be that doom and gloom tribe, can't win shit, and she would find a way to get through it. But she's like, she literally said what is wrong with the show. She's like, I am going to do as much as what is like provided to me. I have nothing to provide, so I'm gonna just toy with my castmates for fun.
The moral of the story is for tourists to get a cheaper VPN. If you've learned anything, King George, get a cheaper VPN to steal your abilities to watch Survivor.
But
yeah, so no. So with that, let's talk about tricking the tribe. So she tricks the tribe, and she places it under another tree. They're looking. She's literally doing no work, and I'm sitting here. If I'm digging and I see someone literally doing no work, that's the person that placed the note. Then 100%. When they go have the discussion, it's just like, who do you think placed the note? She's literally sitting there with a shit-eating grin on her face, as if she ate shit.
Terrible acting.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you know what?
Now.
Yeah, it's working for now, and I saw the preview for next week. But can I just say, thank God someone finally did something that's innovative. because I don't call giving a fake idol innovative. Not like that. Not when we talk about it 2 episodes ago, even though I wasn't on your podcast that week. Your loss. But like this is innovative. This is interesting TV and interesting Survivor gameplay and making the most out of a situation when you don't need to.
Yeah.
You can debate the execution, but the idea and like how the story got told was extremely compelling. Is she the most pop out TV character? No, because I remembered her name after today. But the fact that she's actually doing something, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, like right now I'm stuck with Jim and Venus. So I'm hoping I'm rooting for Kenzie.
I feel it's just so hard to root for anyone on that tribe because they're like doomed because of Banu.
Oh no, I don't know about that. That stuff doesn't really matter.
We got to do some kind of swap or something. I mean, we're down to 3.
There has to be a swap.
Yeah.
There has to. Yeah.
It should have been next week's episode. Or it could have been this week's also, but
it should. Oh my God. This guy, he loves to string it out. All right. So her poker face is not the best, George. You're a part of the World Poker Tour.
Oh, I play a bit of poker, but it's just in terms of like the obvious thing is the person that actually pulls back in that situation and then starts throwing the allegation around. They're the ones that are usually guilty.
Yeah. And she is literally not doing any work because there's no reason to, because she knows. Yeah. And she's throwing around the allegations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the actual problem to her idea, which I actually applaud her for doing it in real time, but the problem is the person, like, they've all realized, mate, you know, that's the whole premise of the next episode, that someone must have moved the box and they're starting to throw names around. Someone's going to start looking very quickly after they lose the first immunity challenge for the next clue out of that box.
Sure.
And that is impossible to hide. So she'd better be willing to play for a little bit with she needs to escape one tribal council and then look at 9, which is very hard to do. Because you can't go looking after you lose that first challenge, and then they're going to realize there's 1 vote short, basically, you know?
Yeah. Well, apparently this cast sleeps very well at night, because apparently you can go at any time to look for anything. How was it on your 2 seasons of Survivor, George? Could you leave at any time during the night unnoticed?
I mean, you could. It's a bit hard if there's only 1 night producer, though.
Well, no, I'm talking about amongst the cast.
Amongst the cast?
Yeah.
It's just like no one, like, you'd have talks at night, but you're not looking for stuff at night. It's like, you just know not to do it, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, like, and I feel like that's her only available option. I mean, I know in the middle of the night, once Jerry got there, that you wanted to be in the middle, because no one wants to be on the outside.
Oh, for that one, yeah, definitely. Then I'm thinking, no, Jerry used to sleep with his feet in my face every night. But that was from Merge.
Lucky you.
Very lucky.
All right. So moving forward, we have the reward challenge, and the Purple Tribe. The Purple Tribe finally wins one, but can we take into fact that the other tribes sat out people? They set out the people that would win the immunity later. So, like, if you beat if you beat
the JV squad,
if you beat the JV squad, what have you really done?
You know, it's you take those moral victories in this day and age. You know,
I didn't think that was that. Like, they were so excited, and then of course, Jeff's like King George is like, no, Jeff Probst is like, hey, you ain't really got shit, so would you rather have the tarp? And they're like, yeah, we'll take the tarp instead.
Can I just say, am I the only one that doesn't get excited at a plate of fish? Like, where is the TV spectacle there?
I was not excited about that at all.
I think no one's
excited.
I think the TV spectacles, like, why not bring Outback Steakhouse, you know, whatever. So, but even if you're doing the fish, how about that? So it's just like, hey, we had this great big plate of fish, but you really can't appreciate it because you ain't got shit. So how about we give you shit? If you're the other tribe, you're like, hey, we finished second. Are you really going to throw the big fish on the fucking ground like a fucking asshole? Can we have the big fish too? Or at least just have the big fish?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
George,
Well,
this is going to hurt. KFC.
Yeah, they could have just done some
I want
KFC.
KFC was great in Samoa, but like I don't know. I just think
that's her
like,
favorite thing. According to you on Samoa.
it definitely was incredible because the head office had to fly in their equipment to make it. But and apparently your KFC is terrible there, as I'll find out next week. Fairplay at Los Angeles.
Oh, no. Damn, I got an old school KFC. I can take.
I want Popeyes.
I got both. I got both within 6 miles of my house.
Popeyes makes me wet. But on a serious note, yum. But I lost my train of thought. But I also just think from a TV perspective, it's just like if you got to clean and gut fish, what content is going to get made out in camp that's not cleaning and gutting the fish? It's
And they almost never actually show it. They just show the person like, oh, I'm gonna go do it, and then it's on the fire. Like, and also last episode they just showed people fishing. Like, give them something else.
But it's like you can make it interesting. Like put a clue to an idol in the inside of a fish.
Right.
I don't know. I'm like
They
literally.
did do that
from,
in a.
I'm taking that
they've
from the
done that in
Australian
the
Survivor
past.
Gods. Putting you win a banana each, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then a player choosing to a banana, and there's an idol clue in there. Like you can try and make the fish marginally interesting and add an element of.
It was not marginally
it.
interesting. Other than the fact that super rich Tina or Liz or whatever her name is, who I love, and I really need some money. If you want to give me all of your vast fortunes in some way, I don't know.
Do you think we're getting set up with her? Like, is this like long-term story arcing? She makes it to the end, and then people are like, we're not voting for you to win because you're rich.
She's broke. I checked out her social media, and her vehicle is like a 1988 like Dodge truck.
Yeah, that's why she's rich. Fairplay.
That's correct. That's why she's rich. I've seen a lot of rich millionaires drive shit cars.
I've said this on I think I've said on Q&A. I don't know if I've said on this podcast. Every millionaire where I live, they eat lunch at Sam's Club. They do the free samples.
Okay,
I don't doubt it.
That's where they have lunch. And if they don't get enough fruits there, they go to Food Lion and accidentally eat grapes.
There you go.
So, and if you're a VIP member, which I mean, if you have a credit card, you might as well become a VIP. You get a free Danish and coffee every morning.
Okay.
And that's how a millionaire becomes a millionaire and stays a millionaire.
Jeez, that was about as interesting as Tevin's fishing with his dad story.
Well, guess what? I'm not trying to make a fucking bond here.
Sorry.
But with Liz, my only thing is
I'm a Survivor expert.
I'll bet.
I have a shirt.
Are you trolling there, Fairplay? You being naughty?
I am. I'm very.
Yo, I love it. Can you give me one, please?
Dan's is on the way.
But Liz, every episode, I just keep thinking she's gonna be the person that has to get like taken out of the game because she's not eating it because she's allergic to literally everything. Like, I'm just like, what are you eating out there? First off,
can I tell you, if that tribe's getting gluten-free rice in their staples, and someone had to make me eat gluten fucking free rice, there'd be a riot.
I bet.
Yeah.
George
like
loves food. For those of you that are not familiar with King George, you're just Americans. You've never seen Australian Survivor. And gameplay wise, I'll tell you this: he's the greatest of all time,
and the most beautiful.
All right. Personality wise, King George is Buddy the Elf. He's like, oh, how are we getting to Cincinnati? I'm like, I don't know. We're driving to Big Tom's. And he's like, ooh, where's that? I'm like, Chill Howie, Virginia. Ooh. And it's like, then we're going to Tanya's. where's that? Tennessee. Ooh, Tennessee. He goes, are we going through West Virginia? I'm like, yeah. Ooh, West Virginia. I'm like, no one's ever said, ooh, West Virginia before, King George. I assure you. So
I have this dream. I want to stop at a pub in West Virginia and then drink something.
well, I don't think you do.
No, I do. I want to walk up there and be like, I'm a tourist in your province. Entertain
Have
me.
you? I don't. They
No,
don't really have pubs.
I don't recommend that. I don't recommend it.
Have
Lived
you
there
watched?
for a year.
Have you watched the Freddie Mercury movie, George?
No. Even though I
Okay.
had a
I can imagine you at the pub in West Virginia working out the first time Freddie Mercury discovers stuff.
I'll walk up to the locals. I'll be like,
that's the problem. Therein lies the problem. And he's like, what's Kentucky like? I was like, kind of sucks. He's like, well, we go to Kentucky. I'm just like, you know what? We'll get there a day early. We'll go to Marcus Lehman's private bourbon bar in Kentucky. That'll be fun. But yeah, no, Kentucky and West Virginia suck, King George.
Oh, okay, good, fun.
but we're driving through them. Ohio's not that awesome, to be honest with you.
Oh, hi, okay.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. However, I love Cincinnati, but Ohio as a whole, Matt will admit it.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's rad. I would say since Cincinnati has like some of the best record stores of any place I've ever been. There's actually like a record store crawled, Johnny, this weekend, and there's like tons. Like I go to Chicago, there's not that. So Cincinnati has a lot of great shit.
Yeah, Ohio as a whole, there's some problematic areas.
Cleveland is good. There's some, but yes, I mean people make fun of Ohio, but George, trust me, when you come to Cincinnati, you're gonna have a good
time in it.
I definitely will.
Okay. But once again, for those of you that are not aware of King George, he is Buddy the Elf. He loves random states in America, apparently, and food. Loves food.
And food, yeah.
Food does rule.
Ooh. I have never been more amused and perplexed by a human being more than King George. Like he's just like, Fairplay, if you had a meat pie, and I was just like, what's it? He goes, who knows? I was like, was it a trick?
That pie. That was a good pie we had.
Yeah. And I'm like, what's it? He goes, I don't know. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to eat it. He goes, oh, it's marvelous. In America, we're a little sus in America, King George. So I'm sitting there when someone's just like, hey, do you want a meat pie? What's in it? I don't know. I'm just like, well, then no. The answer is no.
Are there no Vietnamese pie shops in West Virginia?
we're not stopping there.
They have it at every pub.
Yeah, and for the record, King George is driving throughout this.
To the pub, I'll be like, "Where is the Vietnamese Australian meat pie?"
Actually, King George, if you're in West Virginia and you say, "Where's the meat pie?" you're going to get a prompt invitation to the bathroom.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but all right,
they will show you where the meat pie is. Oh, all right. We'll report back, guys. All right. Take us. So we're on to immunity. What's the immunity? So the reward. What's her name? Maria can't throw the ring over the pole because she's an immigrant. And show and tell, folks. I brought Led Zeppelin, the immigrant song, with me because, as we all know, and you would think I could just speak for us Americans, but no. I talked to King George earlier. I can speak for all of us as an American and as a Bankstownian. I was not taught how to throw a ring over a pole at birth. So the fact that you're an immigrant has no bearing on the fact that you could not throw a ring over a pole.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing that out there.
Indeed.
So all I got from that is Americans know how to toss a pole?
Nope. Nope. Not was not never in PE collegiate post life. No. All right, let's go down. Dan, has anyone taught you how to throw a ring over a pole?
No, I mean there's ring toss, but that's completely different. How they're doing it? No, I've never done that in my life. Feel like I can figure
Okay,
it out.
Alex.
Unfortunately, Maria from this season taught me.
Okay. All right. Weird.
What about jumping?
No,
Very little
never.
success.
Never.
Nope.
George, has anyone from
All
birth?
right, but can I just say, like, it was a very unspectacular challenge.
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome
like
to
I'm
the
just
US
sitting there, I'm
Survivor.
It was very,
That's
very
You're gonna see a lot of it, George. I hate to be the one to burst
basic.
your bubble.
No, I've seen everything from like 40 upwards. You know, I haven't seen much in the 30s, but I'm like, maybe he doesn't have much of a budget to work with. You know?
like I honestly, I'm sitting here. I'm just like, I'm throwing my arms up, watching, and that's what she should have done. Just throwing her arms up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She could have done it.
I agree.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So get us to immunity. You have to jump off something. Wowzers. I mean, can we fight right now?
It was spectacular television.
who doesn't know
Exactly
how to
why
jump?
I bought a VPN to watch that live, not on the rival TV network I don't do work for, but live.
Yeah. Who doesn't know how to jump?
I have I have never met someone that doesn't know how to jump. And to see
There was
her
no
try to press-
jumping. You just
Yeah,
walk
I know.
off.
Yeah,
I know.
I
There-
think that
it
was the biggest thing for me. I was like,
It was lame.
You gave us 3 minutes of this because you wanted us to think it was going to be like the grabbing a key off the thing, and she's going to.
I wanted Adam Klein disappointment over and over again.
And that's why I was prepping myself for. I'm like, this is why they showed that. That's why. And then they showed the challenge. I'm like, you don't even need to jump.
How much money do you think Maria paid Adam Klein to learn how to jump?
Casting tips.
Shots fired.
Is Adam Klein responsible for this? Can we have a serious conversation? When he
According
broke
to
the
Jeff Rose-
system, did he like really break it? Do we have like a cast full of Adam Kleins?
I mean, if you look at the immunity challenge today, based on people that Adam really helped get them to the finish line, some of them wouldn't have been able to climb the rope ladder.
Yeah, okay.
I will say this for this challenge. There are people, Brandon, obviously last season, that couldn't climb a fucking ladder.
Yes.
At least you have Soda, who's like a bigger player than your average Survivor player, does this shit just fine.
Yeah.
Which proves to me that Brandon was like beyond shitty Survivor player.
I'll let him know in the on Twitter. He follows whenever I shit on him. Yeah. So casting in the future. Because Jeff did admit that they had a problem in the casting of Brandon. I feel like that was a verbal admission on Jeff Probst's part. So Jeff, can we have an addendum to that? If you can't climb a ladder, you can't be on Survivor. And if you can't fucking jump, you can't be on Survivor. Can we?
Like it's not even like it's a bad jump. It's not a jump.
It was not a jump. It was a
like there are
walk-off.
bad jumps you can get away with.
Do you know what I think with that Green Tribe? How is that Taylor Swift lunatic the challenge beast? That just tells me if
right?
I'm on that.
Welcome to
if
US
I'm on-
Survivor.
If
No.
I'm on that-
No, if
Like
you look at it, you look at his social media. He's a Division I cross country track. Yeah, division collegiate Division I track.
I mean, when your best competition is Tim, who is insistent that he's gonna flip every single platform he decides he needs to jump on, so you're gonna be the standout.
And I just like
I like Jeff kept calling him short. He goes, "Tim's short." I'm like, we saw on the walkout Tim was short.
Oh,
Oh wait, what? No, am I? Did I
But
miss something?
George, I want to ask you a question, George.
He also
so, like,
talks weird.
so when it comes to the basketball tossing into the baskets, don't you agree that underhand lobbing is the best?
Grandma style.
Yeah, I feel when people try to do basketball style, that honestly is not. Even though
You have
that's
not
what won
watched.
it,
You have not watched Titan v Rebels.
I just feel like underhand toss is a better choice in this kind of challenge. That's how I would do it.
I would. I think that's what I would have done.
Yeah,
Not that was particular my strength, but
But you're not a
Yeah.
basketball player.
no, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, even like that whole immunity challenge, I was like, there's literally nothing to it. There's
I
no
know.
There was nothing.
Tell
That,
there's
Banu
no
that.
difficult
It's-
component. There was just
Well, it's
It's
I
lame.
was gonna say
It
it's
was
the better
walk
way
off
to
a-
go.
walk
Sorry,
off
go
of,
ahead.
yeah, which is fine. But like, to be honest, I like that it's intended to keep it even, but there still has to be some kind of like suspenseful moment. And
yeah,
then
there's
in
none.
that challenge, there was literally none up until the basketball showdown.
And even that
I
was
agree.
anticlimactic. Like I
was
mean, like
anticlimactic.
Tim Short.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was just like, okay,
It's
we
like,
get it. Tim
jump off
Short.
a platform, swim 10 meters, two people have to get the net and throw the balls. It was like, okay, I want to see the outcome. I don't need to see every second of this challenge.
Can
Nah,
you
it was
imagine
terrible.
this challenge on episode 4 of Australian Survivor?
It just wouldn't happen. Trust me, it wouldn't happen.
They would be like
Like-
if this is pitched, like it'd be like, yeah, and then like there's like a 10,000 ton barrel or what?
And,
It is.
and then they
It's always
fight.
something.
then they fight with knives.
It's like pull up a half a ton boulder up a stairs, like
Mhm.
Don't worry,
Oh.
the boulder's coming. The boulder. Quote, unquote.
The boulder is our viewership. Oh, okay, so so Banu is responsible. Then Banu comes back and goes and looks for an idol everywhere and curses.
Curses God.
How
What
are
a
we-
moment. What a
How are
moment.
we on the man that wants 1 million hearts cursing God on our television?
Why did you put me on this show if this was the outcome?
It was just
I
horrendous.
think that's him talking. That's him talking to production.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but
there's
I
no-
mean, but how cruel is it of production to show that?
Oh, I'm actually glad they did. Like,
Well, I am
What else,
too,
what else are
but-
they going to show?
So, but
I
that's,
would
that's
do.
the problem.
That's
the problem where
I
they're
thought
at.
we were getting the whole Banu Hearts and Flowers story, and if he's gonna, we spent 3 3/4 episodes telling the U.S. and whoever has VPNs that we love Banu, and he's here for 1 million hearts, and the Survivor gods have found have shown their graces upon him, and then he's got an hour of not that being the case, and he curses God. I feel you're losing a lot of those 1 million hearts right there based on who I think watches CBS on Wednesday night at 8 p.m., based on the demographics, based on the last 40 years of CBS of old white men and women.
Mhm.
But if there ever was a time for a journey, trust me, it was then. Trust me, it was then. It's like, right, you're all going on a journey right now, and then give Banu some kind of a hope so you don't get that ending.
You didn't need him to curse God
No, but it's just like,
for old white America to be like, oh no.
it's just like that final segment of 20 minutes was like, there's no jeopardy, there's no suspense, and it was so.
Well, they just got through watching Jeopardy after Wheel of Fortune, and then they watched Survivor, George.
Yeah,
That's how
but
it works.
then
CBS.
it's just like, it was just the nightmare scenario. There's no idol in camp unless there was, but we're assuming there isn't, because Tiffany, who's about a 3 out of 10 for entertainment, hasn't, and he's just parking it. Q's a game bot, and Kenzie's marginally entertaining, but if it wasn't Banu, she'd be gone.
Mhm.
Well, but they killed his story with the cursing of God.
Mm.
With older America. Older America does not like you cursing God, King George.
Mm-hmm. Noted. I'll take this advice on board.
Keep that in mind in West Virginia as well. That's
West Virginia. They hate cursing.
Don't walk up.
When you ask for the Vietnamese Australian meat pie in a pub in West Virginia,
yeah, I'll be like, God doesn't like you. Say that to him.
No.
That became a thing for me.
Yeah, well, that is true. God doesn't like Paige. We do know that. But you didn't curse God.
No, I'm very grateful when God delivers his magic.
I know.
To me.
Well, Banu, I mean, so was this cruel a production to give Banu that edit?
What else would they have had to have shown?
There's nothing else to show, but I mean, but I feel like
people sat down and probably, were lying down on the bamboo. You probably had producers going to them, please do something. We need you to have a discussion, at least a fake one. And they were all probably like, no,
Yeah, they're like, no, fuck this dude.
No, and like Tiffany made sure that she was like, I'm going to speak very loudly. So Banu's like, I want everyone to know. I want the other islands to know Banu's going home.
Yeah.
Just stop. Well, like the last 20 minutes, like the old saying, like this could have been an email. Like this could have been a Post-it note. Yeah, like the last half an hour could just be like, he's gone. Boom.
Right. Well, then you have 30 minutes of whatever. Literally on his knees begging her.
That was just.
That was my favorite part of this entire episode.
Same. I'm like, yes.
I'm like, I like Tiffany. I like Tiffany a lot. I think Tiffany's. I think Tiffany's
like what is it? Hasn't gone in the toaster.
Oh no,
she's not making the block hot.
Yeah, she was like, "Stop making the block hot. Get off your knees. I'm not even talking to you." I think there's some. I think Tiffany's my favorite. I have a few, but Tiffany right now might be my favorite.
Sorry, if she's coming to our events, I love Tiffany. Tiffany's my new favorite player. Tiffany's
not.
Oh, thank God. Tiffany's just boring as that shit. Like seriously, like come on.
What do you think of Kenzie?
Kenzie's interesting.
Okay.
Kenzie is complex. Kenzie needs a few more players to work with. That's the problem right now,
She needs a swap.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't say where Kenzie will be, but completely unrelated. Charlotte, North Carolina. We were going to be there May 1st. Completely unrelated.
Well, unfortunately, it was just subpar.
Yeah.
You have the handout?
Yeah, they're right here.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Bring us
I just feel that last episode, I was like,
oh yeah, so Banu goes home. In case anyone didn't.
Banu goes home. Brandon goes.
I wouldn't know. We didn't see a vote.
There's no vote, but I feel that Jeff asked, and they're just like, and they're just like, we're not showing this. We're gonna give this guy a halfway good edit, even though we're showing him curse God, and 3/4 of his fans have now left him.
I think people still love Banu despite his cursing God.
I don't think so.
I saw that he was the most unpopular player.
Yeah, they hate a lot of people hated him before, and whoever he won over, I feel is negated by the cursing. As I said, I live in the South. I know how they don't like that. Like they literally hate that. Do not curse God.
Yeah. Well, disappointing episode. Just boring.
No, as I said, we might go back in time. This might be like the Survivor crap. Like it's just like, hey, remember the worst episode ever? That ruled. There's tons to work with here, folks. Tons.
It was bad.
So thank you,
I'm optimistic.
Here McDonald says, I hated him until he cursed God.
So he gained a heart.
One of
There we
those
go.
hearts is back.
McDonald 1791, who apparently is very old if that's when he was born. I don't know. I'm a Survivor expert, not a date expert.
Yeah.
And all he needs is to win over Sia.
I'm not sure you won over Sia.
I just can't get over Sia not supporting fellow Australians.
Yeah, right?
I
Isn't she
agree.
Australian?
It's like, these people get prize money for coming last and not being able to climb a ladder.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, she did not give him money.
Anyway, look,
Anyway, we all love Sia here on this podcast, and we all love God. And King George loves Macedonian Jesus. And we know what you would love more than anything else is to join us live. That's right. Me and King George are touring the United States. And here you go. One last look. Next week, Los Angeles, Jax's Bar. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. Lots of options. Check out my social media at Jonny Fairplay to see all your options. Durham, North Carolina the following week, then Chicago, Cincinnati, Charlottesville, Charlotte, Myrtle Beach. Boom. You can see us survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. Whew. King George, where can
Well,
everybody
thank you.
find you, brother?
Thank you for having me at King George of Bankstown. You can find me at Jax's Bar next Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
I
then
think
Jonny
the only-
Fairplay is the next day.
yeah. and the only way is up, I suppose.
Yes, it has to be.
I feel we've hit a plateau. Alex Trias, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Trias95. You can find me on this podcast later this week with Dan Montchal doing a cast assessment of the next Challenge 40 season.
Oh, wow. Who do we think's going to be there?
Whoever the spoiler accounts have told us.
Oh, okay. We all know. So Fessel didn't make the cut
Fessel did
He's an
not make
alternate.
the cut.
because I saw Fessel with Sari in LA.
He was an alternate.
Wow.
But you know who is? Paulie and Cara Maria are there. You're really good friends, Johnny. And
I
we
love
will cover them
both of
lovingly.
them so much. So I cannot wait for that cast assessment. When is that? On Friday?
Yeah, but the plan is Friday afternoon.
I might try to jump in because I know a good chunk of these people.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Oh, we'll always take a
course.
Survivor and Challenge expert.
Well, I mean, do I need to work on a challenge expert t-shirt?
We might. We
Okay.
might.
So go to fairplayshirts.com to get your Survivor expert shirt. I mean, it makes you much smarter. There's a black one available. Everyone prefers the black. I have 800 black t-shirts. So does Matt Bischoff. So like I made a white shirt just so I can have a white shirt that's not a black shirt. But-
Yeah, it's a good call.
So
Looks
you would
good.
wear this shirt, Matt Bischoff.
Yeah, well, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So Dan
you can see
Monchal.
him wearing it in Ohio when you
He
guys
might.
tour there.
Yeah, Dan Monchal, where can everybody find you?
Montchal 4.
Okay, and you'll be with Alex on Friday, and you'll also
I
be in
will be.
Charlotte and with me and King George at Protagonist Beer, May 1st.
I will be there, thinking about maybe Myrtle Beach as well. That's not that far.
Oh
away.
wow, you should go to Myrtle Beach. You want to meet Kirby?
Yeah, Kirby's there. I'm thinking about it.
She might be available. I heard you're her type.
Woo. Okay, lucky Kirby's not listening. All right, thank you, everyone. I need to go.
All right, I'm Jonny Fairplay at Jonny Fairplay. Go to survivortix.com for tickets for everything, and go to johnnyfairplay.com to links to everything. Thank you so much. We love you so much. Come get your tickets right now. VIP is selling out for every single thing. Chicago is ridiculously selling out. Until then, bye everybody. Until next time.